A funeral in Rome set the stage for a high-stakes political reset. Soon after, US President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky crossed paths at the Pope's funeral, their first face-to-face encounter since a bruising White House meeting in February. Ukraine announced a significant breakthrough with Washington over its coveted mineral wealth. Following talks with US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, Ukrainian Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal revealed that under a forthcoming critical minerals agreement, American assistance provided before the deal's formal signing would not be counted against Ukraine, marking a clear departure from earlier US proposals, which sought to use Ukraine's mineral wealth to recoup previous military and financial aid. Legal teams are currently working on the document. We have made good progress, Shmyhal told reporters.
Legal teams are currently working on the document. We have made good progress. Most importantly, we have clearly defined our red lines. The agreement must align with Ukraine's European commitments, comply with the Constitution and national laws, and be ratified by Parliament. We also agreed that any assistance provided before the agreement's signing will not be counted.
The announcement followed Ukraine's delegation visit to Washington for the IMF and World Bank spring meetings, where Shmyhal held discussions with key financial institutions, including the IMF, World Bank, and the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, EBRD. Shmyhal emphasized that Ukraine would continue to receive robust international support, with funding for 2025 secured to cover a projected $39 billion budget deficit through external assistance. Preliminary agreements for funding into 2026 and 2027 have also been reached, heavily relying on the IMF program, the Ukraine facility, and revenues from frozen Russian assets, ERA, as reported by Euromaidan Press. Addressing the use of frozen Russian assets, Shmyhal confirmed that Ukraine has already secured access to $50 billion in proceeds, earmarked for budgetary needs, military expenditures, and rapid recovery projects, although the full confiscation of these assets remains the ultimate objective. Seeking to tighten economic pressure on Moscow, Ukraine has proposed introducing a special tariff on imports of Russian goods, channeling the revenue directly into Ukraine's recovery fund, a mechanism, Shmyhal said, would allow Kyiv to secure reparations without relying on political changes in Russia. On April 18th, both sides signed a memorandum as an initial step toward finalizing the critical minerals agreement, a strategic deal championed by President Trump but elusive until now.